Callum Walsh, boxing's first fighter embraced by UFC fans. Let's talk about why this is important.
Push the weight in no flex. Flex alive is one in the six. Fit the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Brawls on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Interesting article on boxing scene. Link will be in the description. I just found this very interesting. I need you guys to pay attention to this. It's about Callum Walsh. Pretty good kid. Saw him live a couple of months back at the Garden. You see him here pictured with Freddie Roach, Tom Loeffler. Let's get to this article. It's very, very, very interesting. It says Callum Walsh is turning into a star, according to his promoter, Tom Loeffler. He set up to fight Doran Yelesunov March 15th at MSG. He's fighting at MSG. If you guys don't know, there's a strong Irish fan base in New York City. They come out and they support their guys. They support their guys, and it's beautiful to see. I'm being serious. It's beautiful to see. I mean, it was electric in there, but more on that in a second. They're saying in this article, Walsh is doing the impossible. He's bridging the gap between boxing and MMA fans and has become a boxer that UFC fans know and like. Now, when I was at that event, I had pretty good seats. I'm looking. I said, man, is that John Jones down there? John Jones was ringside. I mean, the stars came out. There was some MMA guys there. John Jones stood out like a sore thumb. I said, that's John Jones sitting down there. That's crazy. Diary Holmes was there. Jerry Cooney was there. It was a pretty good event. It was in the Hulu Theater. It was a pretty good event. It's a pretty good event. To quote, it says here, I have been in boxing for over 30 years. This is Tom Loeffler. This is the first time I've ever seen a boxer being cross-promoted with a UFC fan base. That was a specific mission I created with Dana White, because Dana White was there, ladies and gentlemen. Without Dana's support, this all wouldn't be here. Dana gave us the green light to build boxing on UFC Pass. So his fight is being aired on UFC Pass. So there's a working relationship with Loeffler, and they've taken a liking to this kid. Now, let me say this. The kid could fight. That night in particular, it was almost a situation where, how could I say, bit off more than they can chew, because something almost happened. He fought my brother from the Bronx, Ismail Villarir, and they gave Callum the win, but I scored it a draw. I mean, Callum, his gloves kept touching the ground several times. And then I think in round 10, I don't remember. Round 10, I believe, Ismail dropped him. And they finally called it. I mean, there was about 3 blown knockdowns in that fight. I don't know if it was fatigue. Well, look, it looked like fatigue, but that last knockdown, the punch connected and he dropped him. He tried to get Ismail out of there early. He hurt Ismail early, but once he got the jitters out, Ismail turned it up on him. If you go to my channel, he was on the show. He was in the Strong House. He's a good dude. And they scored it for Callum, but it was like, whew, that was a close one. And I think Callum learned a lot. And I also think the matchmakers learned, we got to do a better job when scouting these guys, because we almost blew it. So the stars were out, and that was the first thing I noticed. I said, why are there so many MMA guys there? I mean, they were everywhere. There was some, and I'm not that well-rounded in MMA anymore, but there was some guys, you looked, I was like, I know who that guy is. I can't think his name. I know who that guy is. Like, oh, there goes Dana White. There goes John Jones is here? What's going on? But there were some guys in there. Just look for the cauliflower ears. And I said, man, this kid, his fan base is a little different. It's deeper than just him being an Irishman. And what I'm saying is, this is not a bad thing. This is not a bad thing. With boxing being in this current state as it is right now, promoters have to do certain things with their fighters. So it seems that Tom Loeffler is in contact with Dana White, and they're airing this kid's fights on UFC Pass, and he's getting exposed to that audience, which is a good thing. Now, we just had a crossover fight, I guess. You saw Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua, and we saw how that ended. But okay, as me being boxing through and through, as a boxing purist, as I like to call myself, AJ was supposed to do that, and this is no shade to Francis Ngannou, because if you put AJ in the ring with a low tier guy, and if you put AJ in the octagon with a low tier guy, chances are that guy's going to beat AJ. What does AJ know about submissions? What is AJ probably going to mount the guy and say, "Hey man, I think I'm winning," and then he'll wake up off the floor not knowing he was in a triangle choke. It's apples and oranges, man. But as far as, I heard Dana White wanted to try his luck at boxing anyway. So this kid, he's a young kid. I guess he's handsome by European standards. He got the blonde hair going for himself. He's tatted up. He's a friendly kid, and the fans love him. So we're in the stage of marketing this kid. I'm just saying they almost blew it though. Ismail almost beat him. So they have to do a better job at that. It says here, we have had the highest ratings of any boxing shows on the UFC Fight Pass. That's what Tom Loeffler said. I said, whoa, that's real. The formula is working. We have had sellout crowds, and they have. I'm telling you, they were in there in the Hulu Theater jumping. It's only a matter of time before he's in the big room, man. It's only a matter of time. So he says the formula is working. So this is a formula. I understand. I'm not hating on it. I understand. Having Walsh at UFC events in front of the UFC media, in front of UFC fans, which is huge. We brought him to the UFC fan experience, and he was signing more autographs and taking more photos than when he was at a boxing match. So his recognition is definitely rising. This is marketing. This is marketing. This is marketing, y'all. This is where we at. My look on the sport is outdated, and I'll admit that. This is why guys like Ryan Garcia are getting title shot after title shot, and they haven't accomplished half of what guys that are like seriously ranked has accomplished. And it's because he has 3 million Instagram followers. Can you believe this? It says here, the latest conquest in Walsh's combat sport takeover in sports entertainment was nearly a month ago. Walsh was live at a WWE Monday Night Raw taping and was shown on television as a boxer to the loyal and faithful WWE audience. How about that? They're really marketing this kid. All he has to do is keep winning. It also says in the article, he had a razor-thin win against Ismail Villarreal. Razor-thin, y'all. I'm telling you, go back and watch the fight if you can find it. That was very tough. He almost blew it. All right. So they put him in front of WWE fans, UFC fans. Oh, that's right. Triple H was there. Triple H was there. And I looked, I said, is that Triple H? What's he doing? What is he doing here? So you had WWE there, you had UFC there, and you had boxing fans there. You had these loud Irish, off the boat. There's an Irish community in New York, right? But then there's off the boat Irishmen there. And shout out to the Irish people that recognize me from my show. I didn't know I was a rock star like that. Much love to y'all, man. But my goodness, the marketing of this kid. Now look, you already know what's going on. He's continuing to work. He has a fight coming up against this man, Dareen Yelasunev. I'm sorry for butchering his name. He's 11 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 10 knockouts. I guess that's pretty good. Walsh is 9 wins, no losses, no draws, 7 knockouts. They're bringing him along nice and smooth. So I'm not going to call him a marketing scheme. he's being marketed, but he's also putting in work, and they're bringing him along. They're not like throwing him in the ring with top tier guys and saying he deserves a shot now. They're bringing him along nice, calm, slow. The matchmakers are paying more attention because that Ismail fight, he almost blew it, y'all. He almost blew it. You see Freddie Roach there in the picture. They're doing right by him. And right now, the best thing for them is they're experimenting with other audiences. They have him in front of a WWE camera and a UFC camera. This is some great stuff, and they could learn from this. So good luck to Callum Walsh, man. I like the marketing. I'm not going to hate on it, and this is where we at. This is where we are as a community. And like I said, I've accepted that my thought process is outdated. But what I respect about Callum is that he's actually putting in work. He's putting in work. He's not out here talking about, hey, I'm ready for the big times and the title shots. No. Create the fan base. So when you rise in the rankings and you crack that top 10, top 5, then we can see what you got. So that marketing, they have it in the bag. All you got to do, Callum, is keep winning. So I'm going to keep my eye on this thing. And y'all let me know what y'all think. Bronx on deck.
Move!